what happens in Pennsylvania, in Michigan, and Florida, and several of these key battleground states impacts the rest of the country.
I voted for him in 2016. I wanted a change. I will admit when I am wrong, and I was 100% wrong. I'm not always going to agree with Democrats on policy, but we can have that open decision. But if we don't have a democracy left, there will be no policy to disagree with.
Voters are heading to the polls in one of the more contested midterm races as Democrats try to maintain control of the Senate and Republicans ride a late surge to overtake the chamber.
The Pennsylvania race is critical to the state of the two political parties and which one is going to control the upper chamber of Congress next year. We have a 50-50 split with the Democrats having a majority with the vice president as the tiebreaker. And that means every single race that the Democrats feel they have to hold or pick up that is in a competitive status right now. And the Pennsylvania race is considered one of the most competitive in the country.
Fetterman and Oz have taken center stage in the state's race for Senate, sparring in debates with attacks on everything from Fetterman's health to Oz's anti-abortion stance.
I want women, doctors, local political leaders, letting the democracy that's always allowed our nation to thrive to put the best ideas forward so states can decide for themselves.
Election denial is also on the ballot across the country, with candidates in multiple states that have still refused to accept the results of the 2020 election.
I'm a teacher. There are so many things that need to be done for teachers, for education. Democracy has to stay. We have to get out and vote.
This election isn't just about a referendum on how Joe Biden is doing as president or how the Democrats have been governing in Congress, but really about whether or not people will support election outcomes in the future. Pennsylvania is also very important because we consider it to be sort of a purple state right now, that there are pockets of Pennsylvania that are very Democratic, pockets of Pennsylvania that are very Republican, and it's sort of become one of our bellwether states.
Statistically, looking over the course of history, what happens in midterm elections, the party that controls the White House loses a significant number of seats in the House of Representatives and usually loses seats in the Senate as well. So we are likely looking at GOP control of at least one house of the legislature in the next 2 years. Biden will become the ultimate lame duck president going into 2024 if Republicans control even just one chamber of the national legislature. The Republicans will not want to give him credit for accomplishing anything in the next 2 years.
What happens in Pennsylvania is a really good harbinger as to what's going to happen nationally.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, check out these other videos from USA Today to stay up to date with all the latest news.